you lose a big game, you're going to be upset, but I think you need to leave that at the door of the stadium. Football brings everyone together. You know, it's like a uniting force. But it's also, I guess, we know a space where people bring sexist and abusive, actions towards women too as well. As football fans and as guys especially, I think it's our job to make women feel safer around the football ecosystem. So England are playing soon, and I think it's a great time to start this conversation and really knuckle down and understand, a women's point of view when it comes to the experiences they can have.
A lot of responsibility will fall on our shoulders, to make it a better environment for them. Calling out people when we see it, making sure that they feel comfortable.
Just treating everyone with respect, really. It's everyone's, mothers, daughters, girlfriends. These are the people that are getting affected.
It benefits the sport because it gets people more interested if they feel safe and want to be going to the games.
I want to kind of show you a few examples of people that we've spoken to and their negative experiences they've got going to football. The first one is, I've travelled to football games on public transport before wearing my football kit, and quite a few times I ended up getting inappropriate and creepy comments about my legs being out. Once it was a drunk guy in a group. He said, "Why are you in that kit? Girls can't play football." Now I just travel in normal clothes so as not to draw attention to myself. It's the kind of stuff that I guess as guys we don't really think about too much. When I'm going to the football, the last thing I'm thinking about is, what am I going to wear? Is someone going to make a comment? So sometimes when my boyfriend's team lost a big match, he can come home really drunk and irritable. It's like the world has imploded on him and he wants to take it out on me. It's not okay to be so angry with me just because his team lost. I was quite shaken at that.
It's kind of immature, to be honest. Obviously it matters a lot to a lot of people, but as soon as you start taking it out on someone else, then you've got to really look at yourself in the mirror. And at any age it's bad, but a lot of these football fans that will be doing this are grown men. I
think we've got to get better as guys at kind of separating the love we have for football and stopping that becoming a hatred for someone else. If you lose a big game, you're going to be stressed, you're going to be upset, but I think you need to leave that at the door of the stadium. I want to kind of put some hypothetical scenarios in front of you and ask you how you would react. You're on the way to a match, everyone's getting excited, and one of your mates starts calling out sexual comments towards a woman passing by, and he doesn't seem to be taking the hint that she's not interested. She's walking alone, she's clearly uncomfortable. What do you think the impact of this could be, and what could you do in that situation?
I think first off, you've got to call them out straight away. Tell them what they're doing is wrong, be firm, but be not too aggressive with it. You don't want to escalate it further. And then you need to go and check on them, really. At the same time, they might not want to be approached in that, so you need to make sure that you're doing that in the right way as well.
So this is something that might occur during the match. You see a guy trying to chat a woman up, and she's clearly not interested. He keeps pestering her before actually groping her. Have you ever seen this, and how do you think she may feel about that?
I've definitely seen it happen, just generally around. She's probably feeling unsafe. I mean, if unwanted attention or physical contact with someone, she's not asked for it. Step in, but without, I guess, being too aggressive, try and diffuse the situation. Whatever it may be, just make sure they're okay.
So you could report this to stewards. They're probably far more trained to deal with that situation.
If it's groping, then that's sexual abuse, so then they can get the police involved. You go through the right avenues and make sure that it's done in the proper way without causing a fight or a scene,
Say England have lost a big game, big upset, and you overhear your friend on the phone to his girlfriend. He's being quite angry, he's being quite loud, he's being quite abusive. You're kind of seeing signs of gaslighting. And how would you kind of attack that situation?
For sure, call him out on it.
If you're hearing something that sounds like it's a bit worrying, maybe you need to find a way to reach out to her as well and make sure that she's in a comfortable environment. A lot of the time, if you're mates with someone and then you've got girlfriends and that, they might be closer and it might be easier for them to speak about it as well. So maybe it's something that you want to drop to your own girlfriend and make sure that nothing else is happening.
You calling someone out might mean that in the future, someone else might one day, call out for themselves.
And what do you think that does kind of for the victim, for someone almost standing up for her? For me personally, it would give that person a little bit of confidence to know I'm not alone here, right?
Yeah, no, I guess you keep maintain your faith in other people, that people aren't just going to be bystanders and let it happen.
But they'll be like, okay, there's people on my side.
The main thing is that we as guys, as football fans, recognise sexist abuse and say, listen, we've had enough, we've got to call it out. And I think there are so many ways to help stop this, whether it is calling out a mate, maybe it's taking them to the side, it's explaining to them why their actions are wrong. If you see something like groping at a football match or You know, on the train, on public transport, you can take that up a level, take that to police, take that to stewards. There's also experts you can speak to. There's online help and online resources as well. Whatever it is, it's important to call it out, and we've got to start making that change.